strip right there on the back.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, and way on the way back? Okay. Oh, and it's 2 inch time. Huh? 2 inch waiver. I got it out just so I wouldn't fuck up and forget. Okay, where's you? I put it right there. Just because I know we're on the foot. We're 410 people, so.
Okay. Start getting ready for your hot out, please. Now enforcement, start getting ready for your hot out.
Shitty lap and qualify like 4th, being 4th out, and fucking still qualify top 10.
No, quick time. I got it, Michael.
What DJ do?
Dominic, DJ was shit. He ran the top all the way around. Dominic ran the bottom in 1 and 2.
The bottom.
In 1 and 2.
The bottom.
The bottom.
Fuck yeah. Alright.
They said he ran the bottom all the way around.
No shit.
But you just have to see up here because if you can run the middle and carry more speed than him on the bottom, then it's going to be faster.
Fuck yeah.
Get it like, you know what I mean? That would be one thing.
Yeah. I mean, it felt really good. I felt like to run the bottom, I just had a little bit too much skate on entry. Like if we could have yanked the right rear end even more. That's about it. Yeah, probably could have been like 17 and a quarter right there.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I felt.
I put it down to 7 now.
Okay. Get on that.
It's a bigger one. I don't even know what the stagger is.
What's it say on the inside? Yeah, then that's what it is. We didn't kill much stagger, but we went to a 94. I like that. I like that. What's going on? We get beat? Okay. 4. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, the only thing is like, I just felt like for that slick, we could have just moved, like just, because I felt like on entry, like it would go good and then it would just like kind of slide, and I wanted to feel the fucking right rear stab under me and drive me to the bottom. Not be laid over on the right rear, but have the right rear stab and fucking take me to the bottom with the angle that I gave it. But I felt like it just didn't have the grip to do that.
But I feel like that's where I say, like, I feel like when you're slowing down like that,
Yeah.
when you have 1,000 in there, it'll have more weight on it.
So like that's
Because
what
you're not pushing on it.
I like that for the big tracks and shit like that, because like but I feel like I get rolled up on it. I feel like if I yank that right rear in, it just stabs and it fucking drives me to the bottom. Faggots. Yeah. It's getting slick. It's
Real
getting
bad.
slick.
It's gonna get worse down there.
Yeah, no shit.
Absolutely.
I
You
think-
gotta stick.
Yeah.
You gotta rotate.
Fuck yeah. Thanks, Lee. The only reason is because I've never felt right rear stick like that before.
Whoever's wrench this is
Brad Sweet.
it?
No, we're just gonna say that.
I found it on the floor at Kern, the High Living Show. If you want it, I'll have it.
But if there's just a way that we can get more right rear stick, how else do you think we can combat that? Yanking the right rear fuck ton?
Yeah, I mean,
I want that fucker to be stuck into the track.
definitely not a...
1025.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Damn.
You're just a pussy, dude.
Dude.
You're a fucking pussy.
Whoa.
Stevie, come here, please. And when I hand you this next one, can you clean it? One of these says leopard. Which one
Grab
has?
the right one out too.
I took out the right rear.
Or left rear, sorry.
Which one has left rear engraved in it? This one. That's left rear. Numbers out. Hey, Mijo, just remind me, I put the shocks back to standard in the front. Just so fucking, in case we go watch the first heat and we're like,
Did you take the fuzzy off or did I knock the fuzzy off?
He took it.
Okay.
Because I ain't got one either.
I just didn't know if I just didn't feel something fuzzy touch my neck, so I was like, oh, uh-oh.
Sprint cars!
Sprint cars!
Thank you for your evening!
Sprint cars! Jason,
And I don't give a fuck about putting on all those little fucking gay pieces of
how
shit
much
either.
fuel did we have when we came in?
Yeah.
Shit, I can't even remember. We had
9? 8?
probably, yeah.
8?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in business, starting P5 in this heat race. Let's pass some freaking cars. You got to get the posture right, as always. Roll into it. I clipped the berm a little bit, and I don't think that was probably the move. There was a little bit of grip off of the groove on the bottom, and I feel like that kind of just killed my straightaway speed because I got the car a little out of shape. But Pombo told me before this heat race, dude, you go wherever the hell they're not. So that was my ambitions. I pulled the wing about halfway back because the track looked like ice, and now we're just trying to pound it. We got by Caleb to Bem. They're off the start. We're doing a little slider game, and I figured that the bottom was probably going to be the money move in the start because Mariah was kind of chirping away at it. But at this point, I was just going to go wherever Momo wasn't because I knew I wasn't going to reel Momo in and slide him if I was following him on the top. It's just hard with dirty air. So let's try and get as much speed and execute the bottom as well as possible, even though you're definitely lifting a lot, trying to slow the thing down. And we got a good run on him in 3 and 4, and we're getting an even better run on him here in 1 and 2. And pull the trigger, baby. It's time to slide him. Let's get up to the top because we know Mariah's going to be on the bottom, so it's only going to be doing myself a disservice if I get by Max and then I follow Mariah on the bottom. But I thought Max was going to slide me because the top was definitely the preferred groove, but he chopped my snout, which kudos to him. That's good racecraft. And he went to the bottom, but I really needed that spot because every spot I got was more rows in the feature. So now we're back up to just freaking pounding it, baby. You got to just send it. And my wing wasn't as far back as it probably should have been. If the track's ever like this, I should probably just trunk my shit and fucking go for it. Like, I yanked my wing back. I looked up at it and saw that it wasn't trunked. So here on this restart, I'm like, hey, let's go. Wherever Momo goes, we are going the opposite. And we actually got a much better start because I learned from the first one. And Momo jumps up to the top, so we just try and execute the bottom to the best of our abilities, and we really have to shut it down. And we're still hanging tough with him. So I know as long as he makes a mistake, that's when I'm going to pounce and I'm going to pull the trigger. But right now, it's not looking that way. So just keep on executing the bottom. And coming off of 2, I actually get a really good run, plant the right rear really hard, and he's close enough. And I got to go, dude. I have to. I got to pass cars. And yeah, now we're up into 3rd, and let's instantly go up to the top. Who cares if Max slides us? We got to freaking march. So we're pounding the top as hard as we absolutely can right here, but we're 1 lap too shy because the white flag flew last lap, and we just came up short on Mariah. I felt like we had the car to honestly win that heat race if we got by Mariah and then had another late race yellow, but that's just not how it goes sometimes. And hang the deuces out at Max. Let him know that we sucked his stickers off, and getting sucked off sucks. Roost me. Back at it again with some feature action this time. We're starting 14th, pretty deep, so let's just execute these starts. I got a really good cross down. Whoever started on the inside of me really left the lane open, and if I can let that water run even more downhill than the guy on the inside's let me, I'm going to do it. So, and the bottom was definitely where the preferred grip was, so we just brought all that water downhill and carried all the momentum into the next coming corners, and Mariah chops the shit out of me, dude. That is crazy. I kind of noticed that, and it threw me for a loop, but I knew when she chopped me, she was not going to leave the bottom, so we just got to instantly switch it up and go wherever she's not and just start trying to pound it. I pulled my wing back about halfway because I knew it was just going to start getting slicker and slicker, and I wanted to be there in the end when this track started getting really wide. And yep, shattered dreams. Psych! The camera or the lens fell off, so now we're back in action. Let's get it. Same thing. Water runs downhill, so arc the start, roll downhill, and be in the grip and execute the bottom on these first couple of laps, because if you're missing lines and you're starting on the bottom, you're just doing yourself a disservice if you try and slide, especially on a bull ring like this. I feel like as long as you execute wherever line you're starting, you're going to maintain or only lose 1 spot. But on the positive, you probably could gain a couple spots. So DJ made a little I thought we were going to snooker him right here, but he still kept his momentum up, and we try and shove it underneath him again. Kick the right rear out. That's kind of my go-to move whenever I'm shoving my snout where it doesn't belong, is kick out the right rear. So that way, if we do come into contact, we kind of smack each other with our rear tires instead of just monster trucking him and running over his front wing and jeopardizing both of our races. So that's kind of a little bit of the tail craft that I've learned from running over a bunch of people. But now we're kind of in a pickle because the guys in front of me are just all over the place, and I felt like the top was probably going to just be the move. You had to kind of execute the top. It was a little difficult, but it was still like, so there was a hump in 3 and 4, and it kind of upset everyone's cars, and the top was low enough to where you could kind of just run wherever you wanted on the top, and you didn't really have to pound it yet. So I was trying to cut that hole and just keep my momentum up. I had a big gear, so just keep the thing wound up. and Tanner does a slider, so try and do the crossover, and the grip was really good down the back stretch, so there was a free spot right there. Throw the slider, get him behind us. Got really close to DJ right there, a little too close for comfort, and I had a feeling that Tanner was probably going to slide me, so I just bombed the middle. The middle still had a bunch of grip, so normally I would not do something like that. Like if this was the heat race track, I think that would just be shooting yourself in the foot absolutely on a track like this. But I was trying to pay as much attention to the racetrack under yellows as I possibly could. And I found that there was still a bunch of grip in the middle because people either went to the very top or the very bottom. And the bottom was definitely getting slicker and slicker and slicker. But it was still really good on the exits because people were missing it on the exit. But choose cone, chose the outside. I kind of just follow wherever my spot is typically supposed to be and just try and focus on executing the start as best as possible. And DJ got a bad start, but Ashton kind of missed the bottom right there, so that kind of put DJ in a really good spot, and that made it so Ashton had to miss the bottom. So boom, we got the crossover line. I felt like the crossover line was really good, and I kept that in my back pocket on all the starts, and especially with the gear and the race car that Pombo gave me, it made my life a lot easier to really execute something like that. And now we get back racing with Tanner, and we get racing with Justin too, and Justin and I, we're getting a little close for comfort, but I knew I had to bomb Tanner because Tanner luckily jumped up to the top. It would have not been the same story if he would have ran the bottom. I probably would have gotten passed by him and Justin just from lack of momentum to rip the top there in that corner, and they probably would have both slid up in front of me, but that's not how it wrote, and the uncontrollables were in my favor tonight in Merced. So back up to the top, absolutely pound the thing and get the momentum ball rolling. I knew that when Justin was behind me, I had to go. Because whenever you have someone like Justin or DJ behind you, you have to go and you have to attack. So I kind of paid attention to the track under the yellows, and I noticed that the 4 above it was coming in big time in 3 and 4. So I was trying to mess around with that and flirt with it and try and pay as much attention to it as I possibly could. And now we're executing it, and DJ's trying to execute it too. And it's getting a little hairy. Momo did a really good move right there, ruined my momentum, but the cut down line was really good. And Momo chops my snout because he saw my little snout right there, and that's good racecraft right there, Mijo. So back up to it. I know he's going to protect because he's racing to protect right now because people know that I'm coming from the back. And, yeah, I was very aware of that. So whenever you start to march more up towards the front and you're showing noses to people that you know and you know that they know where you started, they're going to drive a little defensively. So I always try and keep things like that in my back pocket because I think it always pays dividend in the races. Same thing, we just chose wherever we were, but I felt like this time the track was getting really slick, so we just tried to execute and run the top. And DJ, that was really good. He ruined my momentum. I wish that didn't happen or DJ would have just ran the bottom because I felt like I would have sucked his stickers off and Momo's. Now it's time to get the elbows out because Justin's behind us, and that means it's go time. Whenever you're racing with DJ and Justin, it is go time, and it's caution of the wind. You got to start throwing mega bombs on everyone. We snuck by DJ right there, which was really good, and big chop suey on Justin. He probably didn't like that, slammed the door right in on his face. But hey, this race is mine, and yeah, your position's better in my pocket any day of the week. So the wing's absolutely buried right now, so let's just keep on plugging away at it. I like it whenever my wing's buried because I feel like you can kind of manipulate the car and hammer it, especially in a 360 with the tall gears that you can put in them. You can just really light up the tires whenever need be, but you can also still calm the thing down and it'll slow itself down with the wing being trunked and the engine brake of the gear. So all these things were really playing into my favor as this track got slicker and slicker and slicker, and I really felt more and more comfortable. But I kind of also, right now, from watching it, I'm getting a little stale. Like I'm feeling like I'm doing the same thing as Momo, and it's really time to change it up. I'm seeing Justin's nose every single lap, and boom, as I say that, I haven't even watched this race back, but I can kind of just tell how I'm feeling just by watching it. The middle was coming in. I noticed that under one of the yellows that the middle still had a lot of grip. I didn't feel as confident with it in 1 and 2, but in 3 and 4, like, look at that. We roll Momo in, damn near pass him through the middle. And at this point, I know he's probably going to go defensive, but he doesn't know where I'm running, so I'm hoping he goes to the bottom. And yeah, he goes to the very bottom, and I felt like that was a bad decision. So we're just trying to execute the middle as best as possible. I wish I had like a little remote control camera that showed me how much I have left on my wing valve, or like the iRacing 10 out of 10 clicks, because at this point I would have yarded the thing back because we're on Momo like white on race. And I feel like trunking the wing would only made it better. Red flag was for DJ killing Justin, if you guys weren't aware. But final restart, I do believe. We got we got a couple laps to make shit happen. Tony goes really defensive on Momo, which was even better for us. I'm licking my chops at this point. I know that they're going to start getting into a pissing contest, so let's just throw a fucking haymaker, dude. Clip Momo. Who cares? The spot's better in my pocket. Pound it. We know Momo's probably pissed at this point, but he executes the bottom. Probably should have slid me. Would have been better for his race, and he would have ran fourth, but no. Absolutely execute it. Try and rip the middle. Try and get the car in front of Tony, but Tony's one of my really good friends, and I'm not going to do that to him, and checkered flags out for the podium finish. And, yeah, honestly, a really good race start in 14th. Wave the deuces out at Momo. Let him know that it wasn't just the heat race. It was also the feature where we sucked his stickers off from 14th this time. And, yeah, but other than that, thank you guys so much for watching today's YouTube video. It's always a dream to make these YouTube videos, and you guys just keep on watching them. And hopefully the clickbait's hitting this time. And yep, we're on to Tulare next weekend for the 410. These 360s are slow, and I'm ready to drop that 410 back in this bad boy. So really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to having Pombo and Robert back at Tulare and the Dream Team. The boys are back in town, so let's get it next weekend. Vlogs are bumping. Racing's bumping. I'm excited. The journey's awesome. Let's get it.